all year.
Welcome to South Harmon. Welcome to South Harmon. Hey, welcome to South Harmon. We glad you here today. Another AMA. Ask me anything. Super chat is cool if you wanna pay to play. Like and subscribe, that's what we really appreciate. Let me introduce you to the tear down king. Mike McNutted, ask your questions, he'll answer anything. ATM, you know Adam put them graphics on the screen. Glad you tapped in now, stay tapped in for the team. Hey, everything is posted. Go follow the socials. South Harmon FF tag us if we get noticed. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today. Another AMA. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to week 17, aka the Fantasy Football Championships. EV is out today. He's not hosting, even though he did an absolutely bang-up job all year. So shout out to EV. Round of applause for EV. But I am here in the spot, trying to at least fill his shoes for championship week. Of course, I'm the authentic one, Mr. Medic Human. I am joined by the Start Shit Hall of Famer. You know him from the South Harmon Vibes channel. My man, T-Rock T. How was your Christmas, man?
It was pretty good. The only reason why I'm here, Maddie, is because some asshole in Arkansas won that fucking Mega $1 million. It was $1.8 billion. Man, if I would have won that, I would be on my way to the French Riviera, maybe to Italy. But instead, I got a lump of coal. I'm going to be here with you guys, but there's no other place I'd rather be, Maddie. So I'm pretty excited. How was your Christmas?
Christmas was good. You know, there's a lot of running around. I mean, Christmas really doesn't end on the 25th. I had somewhere to be on the 26th and the 27th. This was the first day kind of just being able to relax. And, of course, very excited to get to these start-sit questions. I see the questions piling up in the chat. So shout out to Fizz in the building. What's up, Fizz? I mean, two people are here, Fizz, not just Rock, but I understand love for Rock. I get it. Tony P's in the chat. What up, Tony P? We see Jeremy's in the chat. We got Patty Mills. We got Tucci. We got a bunch of people. We got all the questions. We're going to get to every single one. But before we get into that, I have to ask you this, T, right off the bat, because it's something that I just put a pin in this morning, like 2 seconds before you hit record. In our Dynasty Leagues, I'm still making trades. Did you make any championship week trades? Because I just pulled off two an hour before kickoff.
I did not. And there's this very specific reason why. So last year, one of the biggest research projects that I did is I looked at every trade in every league, every year that I've been in Dynasty football, basically. And I only found 2% of all trades that you actually do actually help you win a championship. There's a much higher percentage chance that if you actually do a trade before the game start, you actually are ruining your chances. I've actually had like 15% of people that I saw actually would have won the championship, but they traded away the guys that would have won them that game. And the only 2% that actually did win them that championship, it was actually one of my trades. So it was pretty crazy. I did like 5 trades, ended up coming on top with against McNutted. So it's usually best off. Stick with the guys that got you to the dance. So what was the trade that you did?
So I've traded all guys that will not score points for me today. So that I do have in my bag. Doesn't mean it's going to help me win, but essentially I made a trade in which in a best ball I was able to get Caleb Williams. Let me just go to my phone here. Instead of wasting everyone's time, it's too important for to waste time today, T, because we have a bunch of questions to talk to when it comes to the Fantasy Football Championships. But in a lineup league, I traded away Judkins, Lamar, Najee, and Downs, and got Caleb, Juwan Jennings, and Blake Corum. So a trade I will regret, but I'm going for it. I always go for it. And in a redraft, and this is a best ball league, I traded away Trey Harris, Kayshon Boutte in a couple seconds, Evans, Myers, Ramondre, and a third came my way.
Okay.
So I don't trade for I don't mash around points. I don't test the fantasy gods in that way, but I am I am the type that feels the need to overdo, and it might come at my demise. But we
Yeah.
do it for a reason. We go after it, baby.
It's a tough position to be in. Make sure you guys check out. I'm no longer writing articles this past year, but a lot of the research I've done over the last couple of years before that still holds up. So go check those out whenever you guys get a chance. But this is a very important week. Why don't we get into the questions? I'm sure everyone's like, who gives a shit about this? I want to know about my start shit. So let's do it.
Of course. You got to get in here. Get in here right now because we got the question. We got 10 lined up, but we're going to keep going all the way to 1 o'clock. Let's get to the first one. Stafford and Allen over Hurts. So we are benching one of these quarterbacks.
Okay, let me see my QB ranks. So I have Stafford at 3, I have Allen at 4, and I have Hurts at 9. So that's the order I would go in.
I am definitely playing Josh Allen, and I'm going to play Stafford over these two. But I don't mind Hurts as a start this week. I'm not. You said 9. I have him at 7, so we're about the same range. A nice QB1, but with this, luxury items, we're gonna go with Allen and Stafford. One of two questions. Let's get to the championship week 1. Parker Washington, Josh Downs, or Audric Estime. We have to start one, and Jeremy's leaning Parker Washington. Are you doing the same?
So I do definitely have Washington over Downs. Let me see where I have Estime at. Estime I have towards the bottom of the RB rankings. So yeah, I would do probably Washington, then Estime, then Downs.
Washington, Estime, Downs. Let me see where I have Parker Washington because I like Downs this week. I do have Downs ranked inside my top 40. But just a few spots higher, I do have Parker Washington. So I'm going to go Parker Washington, Downs, and Estime will be 3 for me. So I think we're both on par, though. We're going to go with Parker Washington. What are we doing with underperforming assets like Lad McConkey, BTJ? Jeremy has a team with both, and he's missed the playoffs by 1 game. He's seeming like he should hold. Are you holding these guys? Are you selling these guys? What's your kind of plan of attack with underperforming second-year receivers like these two?
I'm definitely going to be holding. So both of these guys were 2 of the best performers during their rookie year, Maddie. They were really highly sought after during this offseason. This year has not been very kind to either of these guys because of how loaded these wide receiver rooms are. But think and imagine how much things can be different just next year. So with BTJ, would you be super surprised? Unfortunately, this would be like the worst nightmare for me because I'm a huge Travis Hunter fan. But what if they went with BTJ, Parker Washington, and Jacoby Myers, and they played Travis Hunter more at corner next year? That could absolutely happen. With Lad McConkey, Keenan Allen is not going to probably be there next year. I'd be very surprised if he plays another year. So that's one less mouth to feed. But Lad McConkey is easily the best wide receiver. And Justin Herbert has taken, I think, another step forward towards that elite tier. So, it's not the most ideal situation without any mouths they have to feed. But who are you going to be trading them for? Who do you have that's better and more talented than these guys? Would be the main question that I would have for Jeremy. What do you think?
I'm not selling either in the traditional sense. I would trade either if it means getting a top, a better receiver. All of a sudden, throwing someone, doesn't want to deal with Justin Jefferson's, issues, and Lad McConkey plus something gets you there, or BTJ gets you there. Yeah, I'm looking to buy up, but like you said, what are you getting if you're traditionally selling? So I'm not traditionally selling. I'm not getting them off of my roster. I could use them as pieces to improve my lineup. That's a route I would definitely go. Always look to do that, and these names are going to be there. I just want to add one more reason why it's tough to trade one of these type of guys, like in a traditional sell way. I do not love this 26 class. You and I have kind of talked a little bit about it, T. I am not high on this class, and I believe truly that as the draft process rolls on, and these guys, maybe don't really look as great as we kind of hope they do every year, the guys that were a little bit low in their second years, the Lad McConkeys, the BTJs, their value is going to rise as people panic to realize we can't replenish these assets in the draft. So those assets are going to be the bell of the ball. So if you are done with them, that's fine. I'm waiting to sell. I wouldn't sell. I'd hold or buy a better player. That's always what you do with these guys.
Yeah, you just have to trade up an arm and a leg to get those elite guys on top 10 offenses that aren't very crowded. Those guys are so rare. So, I'm going to be excited to be talking about that 2026 class or just some of the lessons we learned pretty soon here. That's a
little teaser. I don't think you can sell either at their current value. You kind of read through this. We kind of agree with you, Tony. We definitely agree. Yeah. Kyle Pitts or Juwan Johnson, both guys have been on an absolute heater lately.
Mm-hmm. And both of them, I think, are top 5 plays this week. But I do have Kyle Pitts only after Trey McBride. I have Juwan Johnson at number 5. So I'm going to go with Pitts over Juwan. But I think both are fantastic plays this week.
Tight end ones for sure. I'm okay playing either, but if push comes to shove, I have Pitts as a top 3 guy. And as Fizzle always says, if it's a tie, give it to the guy starting last. Kyle Pitts gives you that Monday Night Football sweat action. So all signs point to Pitts. Let's go with Pitts, baby. Pick 2, Drizzy, Drake, London, Steph Diggs, or T. Higgins. So which of these 3 are we benching, T-Rock?
Maddie, this is super hard because I have T at 6, London at 7, and Diggs at 8. So they're all back to back to back and all top 10 plays for me this week. So, I would definitely play T over Diggs only because, because I have a QB. I have Drake May at 1 and Joe Burrow at 2. They both have fantastic QBs this week. London, he's been battling through injury, hasn't he?
Yeah, he came back last week, but he's missed a chunk of the season, battled a couple different injuries for sure.
Let's look at the over-under. So Patriots Jets is at 42, and then we have, what other games am I looking at?
We're looking at Monday Night Football, which should be a 50. I think it's 50.5 last time I checked, and then the Bengals and Cardinals is also a 50. All the over-unders of these 3 games are pretty high. Some of the
pretty high scoring.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to go with my rankings. I'm going to go with T in London. Diggs, he did have a great game against the Baltimore Ravens. He was kind of missing out of action, but they are also out. I think Matt Collins and who else is Kayshon Boutte are both out.
Yep. Matt Collins on IR now.
I'm going to go with T, and I'm going to go with Diggs because of the QBs.
Yeah, I think this is a good call, but I'm gonna bench Diggs of the 3, only because there's a situation where the defense can just bottle up the Jets, and Ramondre and Trayvon Henderson each get 17 carries, and Drizzy Drake can just run it. It could just be super easy, in which Diggs doesn't need those 10 targets, but. If Cook or the Jets defense can get a special teams touchdown, if there's any type of elevation pushing of the pace, Diggs could see 12 targets. Diggs could see a ton of targets. And then I'm going to go with that Monday night game. I like the atmosphere of that game. I'm hoping for it's not, 2 defenses that are solid, but offenses that are really good. And London got the 8 targets. He didn't cash in last week. Hoping he does this week. So I'm going to break the tie in favor of Monday Night Football again. I'm going to go with that Fizzle rule. But like you said, all 3 guys, fantastic options. I traded for Diggs, earlier in the show. I talked about it. And Higgins and London are nasty as well. Good problem to have, but a problem nonetheless. A little bit of super flex spot, 6-point passing TDs. Rodgers. Or I don't see another option out here. Okay, so not a quarterback. So Travion. So running back or quarterback in the superflex spot.
And Aaron Rodgers is at the bottom of my rankings. There's no DK, no Calvin Austin. But I know Koopa's on research, and most often you want to go with the QB, even if he's towards the bottom of your rankings. You want to go with Rodgers. I think I'm just going to go with Rodgers. Travion.
I'm going to go Travion. The matchups there, the explosions there. He can have a massive game. And Rodgers had 15 points against this team with 6-point passing touchdowns earlier in the year. It was I I could see Trayvon getting 15. And then with no weapons, it could be worse. It could be worse than that, especially with Myles Garrett looking to get after that ass, get those sacks, break that record. But I do think that Coop is making a strong point, and it is why this is such a hard question to answer. Because if it was just, without that knowledge, we would easily go Trayvon over Rodgers. You just said he's at the bottom of your ranks. He's at the bottom of mine. I don't have a lot of faith in him, but it is the case. You do want that quarterback more often than not, especially in best ball. If this is best ball, obviously there's no decision, but you're going to want to get that quarterback.
I can easily see, though, Jonnu Smith or Kenny Gainwell or Jalen Warren getting, a passing touchdown. I mean, he can easily get there. So
I mean, well, look at his season. He's throwing a ton of touchdowns to those guys. He could go, 180-3. He could. But I also could say Trayvon could go 12 for 170-2. So, so there's upside in both plays. Wait, I just skipped one. 2-point TEP. Send Bowers in a second for McBride to go for that title. I love this type of question, Tony. Let's go, T.
Yeah, I would definitely do that for sure because McBride is at the top of my tight end rankings. He has been pretty much every damn week of the season. I mean, he's playing like a wide receiver one, Matty. So if you're able to do that, I would definitely do that, especially if it's going to be the 212 for McBride and Bowers. Yeah, I'd do that.
Absolutely, especially again, I don't like this class. I don't think the 212 is going to be a position of envy or a position with much value through. So I feel like you're just getting Trey McBride, and even going into next year, you can't tell me that McBride or Bowers, one or the other, is going to be tight end one. It could be either. They're both good, but McBride is on fire right now, and he has the God matchup this week. The Bengals is the best matchup for tight ends in fantasy football history. This is the go for it move, Tony. I'm going to swear, guys. I fucking love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised it's only a 212 for it. That's the crazy thing. I'd bend that guy over to get that.
Do some unthinkable things to you to make sure that trade goes through. Because I mean, what if you're going against Tony and you're looking at maybe a 55% chance? Like, I like my team, I'm ready to rock, and he adds Trey McBride a half hour before kickoff. You're like, what the heck, dude? This is like the Grinch storming down and stealing all my presents.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get to the next question. PPR, Michael Pittman or Rashid Shaheed? This is a tough one, but a lot of people are going to have these type of questions to answer in the championship.
I don't trust Shaheed right now. I mean, I know they're getting him more involved, but a lot of it comes down to special teams still. I'm going to go with Pittman over Shaheed.
Yeah, the Pittman connection with Rivers hasn't looked great.
No,
but they still have that. He still has that ability to warrant 9 targets in a given game script, and I think Rivers has shown that he's good enough to get the ball out quick enough to get it there. I don't like chasing touchdowns. I certainly don't like chasing special teams touchdowns. Yeah. So I'm going to go with Pittman too. I'm going to agree with you and go with Pittman. AJ Barner or Jake Tonges on Sunday Night Football. He's projected to win by 22.
I'm going to go with Tonges over Barner. Barner has been great all year. I've absolutely loved what he's been able to do with Sam Darnold. But with Tonges, he actually is able to get, he's had 200 yards and 2 touchdowns when he started, when Kittle's been out. So that's pretty decent. So I'm going to go with him. A few spots over Barner.
Yeah, I think if I was down 22, I might go Barner because we've seen him have the 2 touchdown games. We've seen him kind of go bananas. But I think with the 22-point lead, I want to go Tonjes. I think the floor is pretty safe. I think you get that Sunday night sweat. And when you look at the Vegas implied total scoring, Niners are projected to score 28 points. The Bears can push the pace. That game could be a hell of a lot of fun on Sunday Night Football. So I do like Barner for his upside. But I think here with a 22-point lead, you want to make sure you set that floor and set it pretty solidly. And I think Tonjes gives you that.
Yeah.
Michael Wilson or Stephon Diggs? I think I know what you're going to answer because we talked a little bit about Diggs earlier, but what do you got here? Michael Wilson or Diggs for Dr. B?
I have Diggs ahead of Wilson. Wilson has been so amazing throughout this year. He's still a top 12 play, but with everything we talked about earlier with Diggs and with the QB, I just trust that a little bit more than.
Yeah, I'm going to go Diggs because at what point, too, does Marv just get the targets that Wilson's have been getting?
Never. That's probably not going to happen. It's going to go to
might not.
McBride.
It might not. But it's like right now, Wilson's getting, the volume wasn't there last week, the production was there, but he scores a touchdown. He's getting it. Wilson is performing like you want your wide receiver one to perform in fantasy, and I just wonder if when you're trying to rely on that in the championship, does it go a little bit more to Marv?
Wilson,
I don't want that question.
He's making his own production. He's doing so great.
Dude, like me and EV talked about this on this week's episode of the America's Game. The discourse around Marvin Harrison is going to be electric because, Michael Wilson he just showed in production and on the field. And when you watch it, it looks like the guy who should be the wide receiver one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But this week, I'm going to go with the guy that I know is the wide receiver one, and that's Stephon Diggs. So we love Wilson, but this is a Diggs play, Dr. B. Got to go with Diggs. Barner, Tonjes, Juwan Johnson, projected win by 22. I think, didn't we just answer kind of this, but maybe a little more.
Juwan was not in the fold. So
right, Juwan was in the fold here.
I'm going to go with Juwan over those other two guys.
Weather is awful in Tennessee. Does that change your mind?
So I actually do have the weather report pulled up. 18-mile-per-hour winds in Tennessee, 3% precipitation.
That don't look too bad.
Yeah. And also, too, I mean, is Juwan Johnson going for deep routes again, with Tyler Shuck throwing the ball? Probably not. Mm-hmm. It's probably going to be actually more conducive to shorter passes. So that's even more in favor for me with Juwan.
Yeah. I think so now knowing all these, we're going to go Johnson, Tonjes, Barner. That's how we're ranking it with a 22-point lead. I think Juwan Johnson, the volume's been there with Shuck. He's been super reliable for this team. And, there isn't a number 2 pass catcher. It's Chris Olave with a bullet. And then you can make the argument it's been Juwan Johnson all year. So I'm going to chase that. Decent matchup against Tennessee.
Could be Taysom Hill.
Both top 10 option. Maybe Taysom Hill throws him the ball, though. You never know.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Should I start Hurts and A.J. Brown? The weather is pretty bad. The other option would be Shuck and Tucker.
Trey Tucker?
I would imagine Trey Tucker.
Las Vegas?
I'm thinking Trey Tucker because the two receiver. It's a receiver maybe comparison.
I'm just gonna give you who I have ranked as the best QB and the best wide receiver. You should play those guys. So I have Hurts over Tyler Shuck, and I have, let me see where I have A.J. Brown at 13. I have Trey Tucker at 21. So just play Hurts and A.J. Brown. That's what is the weather?
Did you just? What's the weather? Is it that bad in Buffalo?
Let me see. It's probably 10 inches of snow. No, it's 94% precipitation and 5-mile-per-hour wind. So I guess it's going to be a snowy day.
That's going to be a snowy day. But hey, okay.
Oh, wait a second. It's 45 degrees. It's going to be thunder and rain. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be rain.
Oh, it's going to be wet. It's going to be wet.
Yeah.
Is it longevity or is it just like showers?
It says from all day. 3 p.m. till 2 p.m. tomorrow. It's 95%. That's
all right. I see.
a heavy rain day.
Not great. Okay. All right. We have it locked in. Let's go for it. It should be fun.
Yeah.
Shit.
Are you going to go with that?
I am.
Hurts and Brown. Yeah.
I am gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Hurts Brown because I think even in rain, I'm okay with Hurts. He can run touchdowns. The Brown thing makes you nervous, but I mean, eight targets in bad weather to Brown is better than 5 targets to Trey Tucker, right? Isn't it?
And from the research that I've done, like weather does have an impact. Weather and elite defenses, you do want to stay away from. But I do not want to hang my championship hopes on Geno Smith to Trey Tucker or Tyler Shuck. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yes.
It's just agree.
Yep. And yeah, we talked about a little bit more wind in Tennessee, I guess. But I'm going to just stick with the studs. You talked about earlier in the show not trading away the studs, playing the guys that got you to the dance, keeping them around, having them in there. And I think that's a little bit why I'm going to go exactly what you said. Go with the Eagles here. Pitt or Seattle defense, or which defense are you playing here? Pittsburgh against Cleveland or Seattle? I'm going to go Pittsburgh. I'm going to go Pittsburgh against Cleveland. I just the offense with now no Quinshon Judkins.
Yeah.
I think that you have, but I mean, there's no TJ Watt. Does that change it a little bit for you?
Not really. I mean, look what they have to go up against. It's like Fannin, and that's pretty much it. I mean,
Right.
it's Raheem Sanders, Fannin, Jerry Judy does not exist on that football field when he's in the most critical situations. So
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I think I agree. And then when you just look on the other side of things, Carolina, there's the case to be made for their offense being at least
Decent.
enough to shit on
Yeah.
your defense just a little too much. So we
Yeah.
both agree. Pittsburgh defense. Can we please hear how good Kyle Pitts is and why TE2 behind Trey McBride for Week 17? So let's give Fizz his flowers. Let's get him talk about it. He has been in Pitts' corner since, and it must feel good right now
Since the
Because he's,
beginning.
Yeah. And he's in Pitts has absolutely been on fire. I love where I have rostered Pitts. I actually did get Pitts in a trade a couple weeks ago for Brenton Strange.
Holy shit.
Loved it. So, so I'm noticing with my championship teams, there's a lot of Kyle Pitts on those rosters, Fizz. So big shout out to you, brother.
Yeah.
Do you have tight end too? You have tight ends too this week?
For this week, yes. Unfortunately, I don't have him anywhere in Dynasty because I was just tired of that situation. I'm just tired of just having anyone on the Atlanta team except Bijan Robinson. So I just couldn't deal with it. So unfortunately, but maybe, just maybe, I'll be back in. Now his price is too damn high, Maddie. So I missed out. I got off the train and it's not coming back to the station.
Dang. Hey, who knows? Maybe just one league. You just say screw it and you just buy it. You just say screw. I'm going to pay the price. I don't care.
Sure.
I'm going to pay it.
Yeah.
But he also has a question for his lineup this week: Ginty or London in a team where he has Pitt. So you're going to double dip in the Falcons on Monday Night Football.
This is the really tough thing, Maddie, because by all accounts, the Raiders are tanking. They told Max Crosby, you're getting shut down, which apparently he was not very happy about. I would not be very happy about it either, especially if there is incentives and money on the line and he's healthy enough to play and you're being told, oh, you're not going to be playing. So but he's still ranked as my number 8 RB this week, and then I have London at wide receiver 12. So I'm having a tough spot with that. The Raiders are playing the Giants. It's
Great
40. Yeah, it's 42.5. And then the Falcons are playing the Rams. So what are you thinking about this? Maybe you can help me with this decision.
I probably go Ginty because I don't know if I want to double dip Falcons on Monday Night Football, but it is close. And you bring up the Max Crosby thing, the tanking thing, which does make me a little nervous because if he just gets something kind of feels a little bit tight, do they just bench him? Do they just take carries away anyway? Like, what's the mindset of this Raiders team if they're going to start telling guys that they can't leave the locker room? That you're not going to play. We're shutting you down. So I don't know if I want to go there. I like London enough. I think your rankings are pretty close. I have Ginty 2 spots lower than you. I have Drake London 1 spot lower, but in the same range. So I think it comes down to the uncertainty surrounding the Raiders or double dipping Falcons. What are you more comfortable with? And I think after kind of talking through this now, I'm kind of rambling because I don't know exactly, but I think I would go London because once again, the Fizzle rule's in effect. This time it's actually about Fizz making the question. The Fizzle effect. Give me the Monday night. We're so close. It's so close in all of our thoughts. So let's go with the Fizzle rule. Give me the Monday night sweat, baby. The double dragons on Monday night.
Kirk Cousins has also looked better over the last couple of weeks. The Rams secondary is pretty decent, but it's also banged up. The Giants rush defense is the worst in the EPA per
Terrible,
play
yeah.
in the NFL. So, and Genty's looked amazing. I mean, he doesn't have a great offensive line, but when he gets the ball, I mean, he does as much as he can with it. I know London is his guy. Just play London. Just go with your guy, Fizz. So,
Go with your guy,
but
Fizz.
it's close.
Yeah, and I think Ginty, just from a big picture dynasty landscape, is going to be a great buy target this offseason. Great buy target. Because I think we've seen the flashes and the talent. I believe it's there wholeheartedly. And then you kind of look at the season as a whole, and you're like, he's running back 13. It's been bad, but not that bad. Like, considering
Running
the
back
situation.
13 behind the worst offensive
Right,
line
exactly.
in the NFL.
Yeah.
The only other one that's worse is the 28 different line configurations that the Chargers have had. That's the only other one that's worse.
Yeah. And then you do 50 receptions. Like I think we're looking at a potential superstar in fantasy. I think it's just going to take a season. And even
It was-
so, I mean, you fine with it running back 13 on the year?
All right, Maddie. If it was my lineup, I'd freaking play Genty.
If it's your but because
London
no one
is his guy.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
I
No
know-
one knows Fizz better than you. And you, dude, when your boys, when you do this, you put yourself on the internet about fantasy. Like your buddies sometimes come to you and ask you questions. So I have a buddy that comes to me and sometimes he's like, yo, my gut feelings tell me this. Ba, ba, ba. I don't agree with it, but I always say, I can't in good conscience go against your gut. I can't do that. So this is, London's his guy. If he feels it in his heart, like he wants to go to battle with his guy, it is close enough, right? We
It's
do
just
agree on that.
In order to go to battle, you got to bring Kirk Cousins' old ass in the battle with you. So yeah, it's
You
a
heard-
rough situation.
Fizz, you heard it. You heard it, Fizz. You heard it. If it was his lineup, he would go Ginty. Take that, if you will. So I'm not. This is funny. That his name is I'm not good, and he's hurting. So he's really, really not good. But we're here to help. Who are
Yeah.
we playing? Daniel Bellinger, Jeremy Ruckert,
Oh my god!
or Mitchell Evans. This is.
None of those guys are
I mean,
in
this
my
would make
rankings,
you-
Maddie.
If you get this right for our guy here, you become a
Oh my
legend, T. An absolute legend.
Okay, this is when I have to pull up the sleeper app and see what these guys have done in the last couple of weeks because I don't have them in my rankings. So, Mitchell Evans, the last couple of weeks. The last week against Tampa Bay, he had 3 catches for 23 yards. He got you 5.3 points. Then, if we look up Bellinger,
Well,
he got
Bellinger's
you
been
0 points last week, and then got you 6.5 points against Washington in Week 15. 4 catches, 25 yards. And who was the last guy? Rucker. Oh yeah,
Mitchell Evans, Rucker, or Daniel Bellinger. Bellinger has had at least
dude,
some
all three
flashes.
of these, all 3 of these guys have had 3 catches for 20 yards. Literally, all 3 of them have done the same damn thing. So then, at that point, it's like, which QB do you trust the most? Dart. Who the hell? Oh shit! It's
Brady
Cook. Not Brady Allen.
Not Brady Allen,
And then-
Brady Cook. Yeah.
And then Bryce Young.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Mitchell Evans.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we are really trying to split hairs here, and you look at it. Seattle, they have a great defense, but they give up quite a bit extra points to tight ends. They're very advantageous for tight ends specifically.
And it's a
Sanders caught a
division game.
touchdown. What's a division game?
Oh
Evans?
no, it's not. No, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
no.
stupid.
The Rucker one is. The Rucker one is.
Yeah.
That's why I was confused. Yeah, I mean Rucker, I get it too. He might have more path targets because there's
I'm
no
not
Mason
trusting
Taylor.
Cook to do
But you're
anything.
not right against the Patriots defense. Right, I get it. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna go Evans.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go Evans with you because Bellinger. I mean, what was it? 1 catch for 6-yard touchdown, like in Week 5. That's like all his production.
2 week. He didn't get anything last week either. Yeah,
Right.
blank.
Yes. Well, that was because Dart threw for like 33 yards or something like that. That was just a wild game. Yeah, Evans. It's crazy to say. Let's go Evans. Start Warren and Gainwell, or start one of the two with Tet McMillan. So we are starting 3 of Warren, Gainwell, and Tet. What do you got here?
Federer, I have at 14, and then I already know I have Kenny Gainwell 1 spot ahead of Warren at 14 and 15. They're pretty much split. What's going on with Tet? I mean, there was the illness he had. He was questionable going into the game. He is going to be playing. It is a pivotal game.
Yep.
It is against the tough Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. It's not going to
I
be
can
easy.
just
for
see
him.
Warren and Gainwell just doing what they've been doing all year. I mean, each of them could get 100 yards, and that can be on the ground and receiving. And I wouldn't be surprised if each got a touchdown.
Yeah, I think there's some teams I have to go to battle with Tet with. And I don't love it, but I mean, we are looking at a guy with double-digit fantasy points 5 of the last 6 weeks. But with these options, I think I would rather go with those guys. Again, we talked about it earlier. No DK Metcalf, no Calvin Austin. Where's he going to throw the ball? Gainwell could get 7 targets and Warren could get 5. I mean, they could get a ton of targets out of the backfield. Both guys are very competent with that set of skills, could be on the field together in some weird packages. Arthur Smith maybe could draw up some. And we've seen Rodgers over his entire career have total faith in throwing to his running backs. I mean, we can go back to Aaron Jones. We can go back to all of these running backs getting in the circle of trust of Rodgers, catching the ball. We've seen both these guys do it all year. So I'm gonna risk it a little bit and go with the 2 backs.
I'm going to as well. Also, too, with them missing out on the key defensive tackle, the Browns have not been the same defense, especially when it comes to the run game. So, yeah, I'm just going to go with both RBs from Pittsburgh.
Full point PPR, Taysom Hill, Darren Waller, Strange, or Tonjes. Oh, Tyler, wait, is that Warren Waller? Okay, got Taysom Hill, Warren Waller, Darren Waller. Okay, that's Darren Waller because you wouldn't be Tyler Warren. Okay, let's start over. Run it back from the top. Here we go. All right. Next one, full point PPR. Taysom Hill, Darren Waller, Brenton Strange, or Jake Tonjes. The opponent has T-Law. He has JT and ETN. So we get some context. Who are we starting at tight end here?
Yeah, I could care less about the opponent, who they have. So the point, their points don't. The only thing that matters is if they score more points than you.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so I have in order. I have Strange at 6. I have Taysom Hill at 11. I have Warren at 7, so I have Strange 1 spot ahead of Warren. And then I have Waller, then I have Hill. Let me say that one more time. Strange, Warren, Waller, Hill, Tom, just in that order. Strange and Warren, my top 2.
So you're going to go with Strange of this?
Yes. Trevor Lawrence has been killing it.
He's been on.
And that's like one of his favorite.
Fire.
It's like him, Parker Washington, and what was it? Jacoby Myers are like his 3 favorite guys. He could care less about if Travis Hunter or BTJ were on the field. He wants to go for all. I don't know what it is. So, what are you thinking?
Oh yeah, he got Warren and Waller, so it's both. Okay, so you made the call to anyway. We
just forgot a comma. That's okay.
It was just a comment. Yeah, it's fine. We got this. We see. I ran it back from the top. We did it anyway. I'm actually gonna go Tonjes here. I'm gonna go with Sunday Night Football.
That's my lowest ranked guy. You're gonna go with him?
I am gonna go with Tonjes. I'm gonna go Jake Tonjes because George Kittle's been awesome. He was awesome in that role when Kittle was out, and I think that this is a good matchup. Sunday Night Football against the Bears shootout. I'm gonna go with Tonjes. Sunday Night Football. Give me the final say here because I don't love any of these other guys.
Okay, CMC is going to score probably 90% of the points. Then what's left over is going to go to Jawan Jennings and Ricky P.
Ricky P.
He's actually playing. He's going to be playing. Slick Rick is playing today, so hopefully he has a really good game because I traded a lot for him when his price was super low. I want to see those come through. So, but no, I want to go with Strange. So
yeah, and I will say this: if you want your decision made easy, yes, for the record keeping, I'm going Tonjes, but Strange is my number 2 ranked guy here. So if we both believe he's gonna have a good game. I do want to ask this though because this might be just a big picture question that a lot of people have to answer in their lineup decisions right now, regardless of the names that are attached to it. But looking at it, he's gonna have Trevor Lawrence, Jonathan Taylor, ETN, Strange, all kind of in one game. What if this game just sucks? Does that ever deter you from making a play here when you have a decision to make?
I can't predict, Maddie, if a game is going to suck or not. I'm only going to just go off their past performance and who I think, especially with Trevor Targaryen being on a roll and just absolutely lighting every team up right now. Why wouldn't you want that? As your QB, So, and he likes Strange. He likes him some Strange. So
he does like him. And I agree. I've made decisions this week. I got, a Henry, Diggs, Ramondre Stevenson team. Like you're right. We get nervous about games going one way or another, but we don't know.
Not anymore
can
for
only-
me, Maddie. I could
No.
care less.
Yeah, you just got to go like you said.
I mean,
Literally
look at
eyes
me.
and
I'm
ears and
wearing a
intuition and
safari
thoughts.
hat right now with a Ren and Stimpy shirt. Do you think I care?
Ren and Stimpy is the epitome of I don't care.
Exactly.
Tyler Warren or Harold Fannin?
I know Harold Fannin popped up with a groin injury during practice. He's still going to play, and he is by far the main weapon on the cleat. He's the only thing that's functioning, even if it is with half a groin that's working right now. So I'm going to go with Fannin over Tyler Warren.
Yeah, and it's funny because they're both. You kind of. I've been breaking a lot of ties with my Tyler Warren decisions. Because of the fact that they will give him wildcat rushes, they'll give him jet sweeps, like they'll put him in these creative ways to win. And then you just look back at last week, and that's exactly what the Browns did with Fannin. Rushing touchdown, passing touchdown on the first drive. I like Fannin. I have Fannin as a top 5 play this week. I'm going to go with Fannin over Tyler Warren. And it's like we were having this conversation. I just got a little deja vu, T, because you and I were having this conversation at length multiple times throughout the draft process last year. Of, man, can Tyler Warren, is he going to be good? You were the guy who was kind of talking some sense into me about Tyler Warren.
But the T-Rex arm gate thing, I've never heard before, Maddie, until
That was
you
the
brought
T-Rex.
it up.
I remember that. I still vividly remember that in the car with this conversation. But no, for this week, and maybe let me just ask you. So we're going with Fannin. We're going with Fannin this week. In Dynasty, who do you rather have?
Oh, Tyler Warren.
Is it with a bullet? Is it not even within question?
Only because Harold Fannin plays for the frickin' Browns. That's the only thing. They're never going to be a top 10 scoring offense. The Colts with Steichen always have that chance. But both of them are kind of in terrible situations with their QBs. I mean, Daniel Jones is going to be missing some time next year. So they're in QB hell as well right now. Both of them are amazing. I think both of them are elite. So if Tyler Warren is a top 3 tight end, I have Fannin at like number 5. So at the end of the day, maybe the smarter play is just to go with the guy that's cheaper. And that would be Fannin.
Yep.
So this is one of those tear down situations. But both of them are amazing. I mean, Harold Fannin came out of my prospect grading as the most productive tight end and the highest scoring one I've ever seen. But right after him was Tyler Warren. Both of them outscored Brock Bowers in my process. So they're both playing amazing. So if you have either of them, that's a great place to be.
All right, T, I'm going to take this time to be extremely selfish. Put the chat on pause. Okay, leave all the chat questions. We're going to get to it. We have about 15 minutes. We'll get to each and every one of them. But I'm going to take a time to be selfish because I got the Hall of Famer start sit guy T-Rock here, and I need to ask him. I am in the championship of my cousin's league. I need you to pick 2 starters. This is 2 flex plays, so it could be any position. My options, Michael Carter, Marvin Harrison Jr., Taysom Hill, or Kyle Monangai. I have other options like Sampson and, Mumford, but I think my 4 is the name I listened to. So who are you starting? 2 of Monangai, Taysom Hill, Marvin Harrison, and Michael Carter.
Oh, I have Monangai ahead of Carter by 5 spots on the RB rankings. I have Taysom Hill like at number 11 in my tight end rankings. And then Marvin Harrison, I have at 28. Marvin Harrison is the guy I trust the least. So if I had to play 2, I think it's going to be. What has Hill done the last couple of weeks? I know everyone's been talking about him.
Just last week. He had 16 points last week, including a passing touchdown because he had 6 targets, 4 receptions, 36 yards. Ran the ball early, but I think he had negative net yards or something like that.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. He had 4 catches, 36 yards. Then you said he also had some
threw a touchdown.
Threw a touchdown as well. Mm-hmm. And the Saints have no one else. They love Taysom Hill. I'm kind of leaning towards definitely Monangai, and then it's between Hill and Carter. Which way are you leaning between Hill and Carter?
I am leaning Carter right now because of the matchup.
Yeah,
against the Cincinnati Bengals is very soft, and he was definitely the guy that had the most touches out of their backfield. So right now I'm leaning Carter and Monangai.
Just do that.
That's what I'm leaning. All right.
Yeah, because I mean, who else does he have to compete against in that backfield? Every other RB is hurt. It's just Emery Demercado. That's it.
No, that's it. That is absolutely okay. Thank you for helping me. And now let's get back to helping the people in the chat. Emeka Egbuka or Luther Burden. Wow, has Egbuka fallen off? Another guy this offseason that is going to warrant wild conversations.
I'm gonna be really excited to get into that conversation with you here pretty soon. I'm gonna go with Luther Burden because Emeka Egbuka, I think he was fourth in routes run last week behind all those other guys that they have in the Tampa Bay offense. Luther Burden, when healthy, I mean, I think Ben Johnson really likes to get him involved. I have a one spot ahead of DJ Moore. So with Roma Dunze being out again, I think it's going to be a Luther Burden, DJ Moore day. Mika Ibuka, I just think you can't trust over the last few weeks, especially with those other wide receivers healthy.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. And weirdly enough, they're kind of both in the same spot of the totem pole in their teams, and I just would rather go with the guy who seems to be trending up instead of trending down. And you again, Sunday Night Football, baby. We love the matchup. Let's get this final fizz. Let's go with Luther Burden. Wow, can't believe we're here. Pittman or Waller? TEP of 0.5.
Oh no, because we were just talking about. You brought up a great point earlier. Pittman is hard to trust. I mean, unless your name is Alec Pierce, it's kind of been kind of rough for you this year as an Indianapolis Colts pass catcher, you know? Waller I have as a top 10 tight end. So,
Does the
but then he's got
make it for you?
He's also got he's got Quinn Ewers throwing him the damn ball. So let's see what Waller has done the last couple of weeks.
Last week he had 5 targets, 3 receptions, 40 yards, 48 were air yards. He was tight end 18.
Man, what the hell has he done with the Phillip Rivers experience? Nothing. He's had 32 yards last week, 26 the week before. And then if we look at the over-unders for the Colts, Jaguars, that's at 48 and a half. And then what was the other one I'm looking at?
You were looking at the Pittman and the Waller, so it would be the Dolphins. Who do they have? Dolphins take on this week the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
They're 1 point less. I'm going to go with... I know you're not saying anything because you don't freaking know either. I'm going to go with...
I was waiting for you. I'm waiting for you.
I'll go with Waller.
I'm going Waller too because I just read off that stat line: 5 targets, 3 catches, 40 yards, 7 points. But if that's a touchdown, I have a hard time seeing Pittman going over that. And I could see that Waller with the TEP, you get a little bit of boost. It just really hasn't been there for Pittman when it comes to Phillip Rivers. So, I'm gonna go with Waller here too. It's not pretty, but this is where we're at, baby. This is what we're doing.
I'm sure that when someone was watching me, try to just squeeze that answer out, they're like, "This guy doesn't freaking know. Look at him. He's wearing a Safari hat.
Is that Ren and Stimpy on his shirt?
This guy, how does he get over 65% of his shit right? Look at him." Oh my god.
Maybe. Yeah, right. No, but we got a few questions here, and we got 10 minutes, so let's make sure we get to them. We'll do it. I'm just having too much fun with you, T. This has been a fun morning. Let's go. So
great.
We got to pick one of each of these situations: Stafford or May.
Stafford, or no, May. I have May as my QB one.
I'm going May as well. Fannin, Pierce, or Diggs.
Ooh, that one's a good one. I want to go with Diggs though.
I'm going Diggs. We've talked about Diggs a few times throughout the show, and I'm going to keep that going. So May, Diggs, we like them both. Go with it.
If there was a tight end premium, maybe Fannin, because he's still a top 5 tight end for me. But Diggs is a top 10 wide receiver play. So it's pretty even for me. But I'm going to go with Diggs.
Yeah, I'm going Diggs too. Let's go with May. We're going to go Diggs. And you know what? Could they be up early and run the ball late? Sure, but they got to get up. You got to get up. And that could be the Diggs 2 touchdowns that happen in the first half, something like that. Morning, gents, with Kittle out, Tondres or Strange. Also May or T-Law. Thank you and good luck, everybody. So I think we could
We
easily
did
say
answer that one earlier. So
we've said this throughout. Yeah. So we're split on the Tanja Strange thing, but it's close. So we've kind of as a show, as a reference for you, Trey, we're gonna say Strange, but for our point competitions that we do behind the scenes, I'm going with Tanja because I have one spot higher. But Strange is the play here, and then we're both going May. You have him as your tight,
Yeah.
QB1. It's T-Law's heater, though. Are we sure?
I mean, Trevor Lawrence I have as my QB5. I still have Burrow ahead of him, Stafford ahead of him, Allen ahead of him. And the Jaguars are playing the Colts. I mean, the Colts are like not the worst defense in the world. So it could be an ETN game. You never know. So
It could be. And wouldn't it be so Trevor Lawrence to get us to the championship, just to pop a squat in our living room in the championship?
that's why I hate him so much. Now he's going to be good. I traded him away straight up for Ricky Pearsall, who the aforementioned, and then Fizz traded him straight up for Devontae Smith. So we went after our guys, and as soon as we traded him away, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to have 6 touchdowns." So,
yeah. Oh,
Oh my-
bitch. It's why we love and hate this game that we call fantasy football.
mhm.
Start 2 at flex, Egbuka, Burden, or Carter. We took Burden over Egbuka, so we're definitely putting Burden in here. But does Egbuka push Carter out?
Oh my god, I would hate myself so bad if I had to play Emeka or had to play Carter over Emeka Ibuka. But Emeka Ibuka is in like my wide receiver 37 this week. And that's taking out all the guys that already played. We've already had like 5 games.
Yes.
He would be like the wide receiver like 55 if I included all those other guys that have not already played. Man, just play Carter. I don't want to do it, but just freaking play him. He's an RB2 this week.
Sometimes I think to myself, how hilarious would it be if I could go back, not to change the world, not to make a ripple in the history, but just to tweet takes that I know that would be true. Because if I went back to Halloween, it was like, you might like your Egbuka shares now, but you will be playing Michael Carter over Reka Egbuka in your championships. The sheer insanity that would come off of these claims only to be right. I mean, fantasy football is crazy. I am also going Michael Carter, and I'm not really nervous about this. Egbuka, could he go off for 80 touchdowns? Yeah. Egbuka has the talent to have 80 yards, 180 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's so talented. But I'm a process over results guy. I can sleep at night if my process is there. And I look at Mega Egbuka's scoring productivity. He has one top 30 wide receiver finish going back to week 5, T. He has
But we
not been
both
better.
acknowledge that there's gonna, and we're gonna get into this when we do our show on the rookie recap, but it's not all on him. A lot of it, most of it has to do with Baker Mayfield, and a lot of it has to do with their offensive line. So
Yeah, I get it. But I mean, the numbers are the numbers, the stats are the stats.
look at Silvery. He's
Please hurry up. All right. Let's get to what we have in the chat. We can get to our discourse here. Am I crazy to stack Luther Burden and Colson Loveland after DJ Moore news? You might be asking, what news is that? A bit of a flu game going on. He is now questionable in the injury report, being sick. On track
he's
to
still
play.
playing. It's not like he's out.
On track to play. So, but either way, we have the question asked here. I have no other tight end options. I plan on starting Moore, but can't now, so he's not going to start Moore. So he's going to go Luther Burden, Colson Loveland. Has he been ruled out, though? I didn't think he was ruled out.
I'm going to play in this order: Burden, DJ Moore, Colson Loveland.
Yes, I agree. But we are looking here, no other tight end option, so I think he has to play Loveland.
All right,
So is
play
it DJ
Luther
Moore or
Burden. I'm going to play Burden and then Loveland. I have Burden one spot ahead of DJ Moore.
Yeah, DJ Moore's been great, but it looked like Burden's role is going to be more predictable before he got that concussione. So let's go with it. A lot of games. We're gonna have a lot of people in this chat riding on Sunday Night Football starts. That's what we got.
It's great. That's a great place to be.
It's a great place. Tet or Wandale Robinson.
I have Tet one spot ahead of Wandale. You son of.
Yeah, in the for me process play, I'm gonna go with Tet McMillan. I'm gonna go with Tet. I have to play him some spots. I'm not particularly psyched about it. Pray for Etisha Rulo. I will put out good vibes because we did leave you hanging there in the chat for an extra couple minutes.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Chivalry King.
Oh man, T, that was a blast. We're gonna get on out of here. Hope you guys win all your championships. T, how many are you in today?
So I made the playoffs. I think it's 6 leagues. I'm in the championship in 3, except 2 of them I have the King Henry, who won off for like 55 points. Where the hell was that all damn season? They forgot to use Derrick Henry. We would have probably been undefeated. And then in the other game, I played Josh Jacobs. So 2 of them I'm probably going to win. The other one I'm definitely don't think I'm going to win. Nick Arcolano is in that league. So either of us are going to win our first championship in that league. So,
Hey, so
how about you?
hopefully, I made the playoffs in like 8 or 10 leagues. I made the championship in 6. I went 6 for 6 in the semis. I've never done that before. And now I'm looking at 2 very tall orders to overcome in a couple. It's gonna be close. One league I feel pretty good about. One league I do feel pretty good about. The other 5, we're gonna be sweating. We're gonna be sweating here. And I hope all you guys are sweating it out, getting those wins. T, let the people know where they can find you.
They can find me and Fizz, who's also in the chat. Really appreciate him, at the South Harmon Vibes channel. We do the Cook Up Show on Tuesday mornings, and sometimes we pop out on Tuesday nights for some AMA and do some pre-recorded shows. Stay tuned. We have a very special show with me, Fizz, and Maddie coming up here real soon. We're going to be talking about rookies, helping you guys solve all those different dilemmas going into next year. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. How about you, Maddie?
Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment here. Let's get it going. But at the end of the season, there's a little bit of a break. I'll be doing a little bit more Dynasty stuff, a little more NFL draft stuff. But I don't know exactly how it's going. I still don't have my Twitter back, so I won't be doing much Twitter going on. But you can see me hanging out and collabing.
You lost your Twitter?
And T-Rock. Yeah, we'll talk about that off air. But it's been a wild journey. Haven't been on Twitter for a while. But anyway, we'll see you guys next year. For next year, I can't.
See you guys in 2026. Get your New Year's resolutions figured out. So we'll come back next year even better, Maddie.
Yes, sir. We'll see you guys later. Good luck in your championships. Peace.
Peace.